Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz. Whenever I refer to the Wenatchee High School Golden Apple Marching Band, I always say the award-winning Wenatchee High School Golden Apple Marching Band, because they are. They got a bunch of awards, and for any number of reasons. Number one, they're good. Number two, they're disciplined. And number three, they have a really, really good booster club. No parents, and this award-winning band doesn't come together. And on Make a Difference Day on Saturday the 27th, you want to drop by the Wenatchee High School parking lot to help out the Wenatchee Golden Apple Marching Band. And to talk about that and other cool things, to my immediate left is the senior drum major. She's in charge. Olivia Lancaster and Patricia Maxwell, part of the Booster Club, is to my far, far left. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Hi, thank you for having us.
First of all, what class are you missing right now?
AP Stats.
AP Stats. That does not sound like a fun class.
No, it's one of my better math classes.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yes.
So, she's missing school, but, what do you do? You brought hardware. What do you
did.
got there, Olivia?
This is our Best Drum Major Award we got in Tumwater about 2 weeks ago. So, yeah, really proud.
Under the direction of Jim Kovac, the Wenatchee High School Golden Apple Marching Band is doing great guns. Patricia, you must be proud when you see these kids go out there and strut their stuff on a Friday night and go to competition.
This is my daughter's second year, and no matter how many times I see these kids in uniform, I tear up every time.
Jim, I call him Jim because I can. Very early on in the year, I said, so tell me about this year's band. He goes, they're young, but they're good. So is he right?
Yes, he is. Yeah, we have a lot of young freshmen coming in. It's actually one of our biggest classes, so we're very outnumbered, but no, they're doing great. Being
the drum major, the senior drum major of the Wenatchee High School Golden Apple Marching Band is a huge responsibility because of the tradition of winning awards, not only in the fall competition, but in the springtime actually marching competition. Are you dealing with the pressure okay? Or are you?
Oh yeah, it's really great because it's a 2-year gig, so by the time you're here, you're just training the next generation.
How much practice hours do you guys do a week? Because I hear you guys practicing on the practice field under the lights on Tuesday nights for hours on end. How much time?
Yeah, so Monday and Thursday we practice from 6 to 9, and then so that's 6 hours each week for sure, and then we have class time and also sectional time, so you get in with your group and sometimes you put in extra hours.
Mr. Kovac, talk about him just a little bit. You like working with him, and because it's a team thing, isn't it?
It is.
It's a team concept.
Yeah.
It really is. It's like a football team or a basketball team. Everybody works in unison. Tell me about the big show for this Friday night against Walla Walla is homecoming. So the band will be performing their big. What's it called when you're on the field and you do your things with the flags and
Our
stuff?
show.
Your show.
Our show, yeah.
Your show.
We'll put the whole movement down, so that'll be nice to see all together.
You nervous about it?
I'm always nervous every time.
Yeah.
Every time we get nervous, but it gets easier. It's fun.
Patricia, talk about the band booster. You have a booster club that supports the band. You travel with the band. You take care of the kids.
We do. The band boosters helps raise funds for pretty much everything that they need, for trips, for uniforms, for the band needs it, we do it.
And by golly, they're participating in Make a Difference Day. Talk about what's happening at the parking lot on Saturday. You want to tackle that one, Patricia?
Yeah, so from 9 to 3, we'll be in the parking lot collecting textiles, and that's pretty much anything cloth, blankets, towel sheets, luggage, snow. Like we even take snow boots and rollerblades, pillows, stuffed animals, and what happens with it is the band collects it. We send it to Value Village, who has a fundraiser called Fund Drive, and what they cannot repurpose, they recycle.
Oh, okay. So it's not actually designed. You can bring all your old stuff then.
Yes.
Yeah, the torn up sheets and this that you're never going to use again because you're not going to recycle it to be reused again. It's going to be recycled in a whole different product.
Right.
Whose idea was this? Because I've never heard of a textile recycling event before.
The band's actually been doing it for quite a while.
Okay.
This is my first year spearheading it, and we are actually going through a different company this year. But this has been at least 4 years. You've been doing it.
Yeah, we've done it since my freshman year.
Yeah, and this will be our 5th year participating in the Make a Difference Day. So and between the band kids and donations, since June we've already collected over 40,000 pounds.
That's good, and I take it the Booster Club gets a cut of this, right?
We do. We actually get a really small one because it's for fair share, and so it like for this year our band is going to Disney for their spring trip, and so each kid pays and fundraises for their own individual portion of the trip, and yeah.
So my family participates in this, and so we just fill our car as full as we can. So my car, it's a pretty big car. I can fit about 500 pounds into there. And so that money goes between me and my brother, and it helps pay for our fair share. So each year, it's like a club of sport, you have to pay. Mm-hmm. Our fair share is pretty hefty, but we pay for that, and then we also pay for any trips that we have in the springtime.
So is this just a let's go to Disneyland and have fun, or are you going to go down there and march and perform?
Yeah, so we're going to march and perform. So we're going to march at Disneyland, and then we're going to perform in Universal Studios. And then also, we do a 4-year rotation. So every 4 years, we have a new trip, but it's the same trip every 4 years. So if you're in band for 4 years, you get to do all 4 trips.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really, how did you get this Disneyland? I mean, that can't be easy to get.
I believe Mr. K's been the one who takes care of all of that. We just make sure that the kids get there.
I'm not surprised knowing Jim. The band has 2 seasons, essentially fall when you do your stage performance out on the football field when they move around with the choreography, and you don't want to miss it on Friday. And then on the springtime, you actually do your marching competition, yes. Right? And you've won awards in both.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So you don't do any parades in the fall, though, do you? You're pretty much concentrating just on the field performance, right?
Yeah, so except for Auburn and our own Veterans Day here in Wenatchee, so for Auburn, our competition, we do a parade in the morning, and then we perform at finals, and then we'll come back that Sunday, Veterans Day, and we'll do a parade. So those are our 2 parades in the fall time.
You're the senior drum major. I'm assuming you play an instrument?
I do. I play 3.
Okay, wow.
Yes.
Except when you're actually performing and you're standing on the ladder and you're doing this.
And I use my hands, yeah.
Yeah. So the kids, you have 2 majors, there's one on each side, so regardless of where the kids are physically on the field, they can see somebody and they understand where you are tempo and time-wise,
exactly,
right?
Yes.
So a lot of work for you then on that?
Yeah, we just go where we need to be, and it works out in the end. It's good.
I've seen you actually work with the kids when we've done football games, the other members of your troop, so to speak, and they listen to you. When you say, can you move over a little bit? The word that comes to mind is discipline. Yeah. The Golden Apple Marching Band is a very disciplined organization, isn't it?
We are,
group
for
itself.
sure.
So we're almost out of time. So real quickly, Wenatchee High School parking lot, pretty much all day on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Clothing, towels, linens, blankets, quilts, curtains, tablecloths. If it's sitting around in your attic collecting dust and you don't need it anymore, bring it down and they'll make sure they get it. One last question for you. Competition is coming up, the big competition, the state championship, if you will, of bands, and that's the weekend of Veterans Day, right?
Yes, that's November 10th in Auburn.
In Auburn. And are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Every weekend we get more and more ready, and I think this will be a good year. Yeah.
I hope so, because if this keeps up, you're going to have to build a bigger trophy case.
We already need one.
Yeah.
Trophies are going everywhere.
Olivia, Patricia, thank you, and thanks for participating in Make a Difference Day.
Thank you.
All right. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.